Hey everyone, on my main account here, just a quick preface for the video series on these 5 examples. I do feel this Guild War was a bit easier than normal, so hopefully this is a good little warm-up video, and we'll talk about tougher examples in a future Guild War. I'll post videos for one that's a little bit harder than this one, but this gets you the feel for the tactic at least, and then we'll go into some hard ones later. Alright, it's time to get ready for Guild War. Awesome! So, the first thing that we're going to do is make some red shirts. So, I refer to Guardians as red shirts because they're the red shirts of CC. They're going to take one for the team. So, they're there for cannon fodder from Dreaddrake. They're there for a lot of things like that. So we're just going to fill up on Guardians here, and then we're going to switch around to our Guild War team, and switch around to pets or any crests that need to be switched. I'm usually just run Revive crests on most of my hero, except Skull Knight I run Life Drain. So let's fill up on our Guardians. Okay, so I don't want Little Nick. He'll cause problems. So we're going to use Ares and Warlock. And my Celestian is on Golem, so we're going to switch my Warlock to Celestian, and my Michael's going to take the Bubble. And I'm going to move Skull Knight over to my Blitz Scroll, because he needs to not get stunned. Okie dokie, so that's the setup there. One thing I want to mention here are heroes to look out for. So these are heroes that we actually need to make sure that they die. Some heroes that it's fine if they're not dead because they pose no threat to us if we see them in Guild Wars. So I'm not sure about Walla Walla, a lot of these new heroes. Skeleta's pretty scary to me, it seems. Rockno we want dead. Gunslinger we want dead. Ronin we usually want dead, but most Ronins aren't a huge threat. So if the Ronin's still alive, usually I'm kind of fine if I have a bunch of PD stacks to take out buildings, so it's fine. But be a little bit careful with Ronin, but not a ton. Anubis, you want him dead before you reach 50% or exit, because he can really wipe out your whole entire team. He's a huge threat. Heartbreaker, she's really squishy. I don't think it's a huge deal if she's still alive. I usually like her dead though, just because she can actually wipe out your team if she does proc, so you kind of have to evaluate the situation. Michael I want dead. Nick, I don't care. If he's still alive, I don't care. Revenant, I don't care. Trixie Tree, don't care. Demo, not so much. None of these heroes I care. Grimfiend, you want Grimfiend dead. Stonesten Grimfiend can heal back to full and kill your whole entire team. He's a Skull Knight killer, and Skull Knight is one of your heroes you need to clear bases. Be careful going past 50% and having the enemy Grimfiend alive. Don't underestimate him. He can wipe you out. Gulem's the same way. Innate Stonesten Golem can actually give you a lot of trouble especially if you weren't suggesting it. So Gulem's one you want to take out before you reach 50%. I actually think Dreaddrake is one of them that you can ignore. Some people say Dreaddrake's a great defense hero. I actually think he's a sucky defense hero because our red shirts will take care of his proc and he's totally negated. So I don't fear Dreaddrake at all. Skull Knight, enemy Skull Knights are dangerous. You want them dead before you reach 50%. Do any of these heroes pose any threats? Ares can. Ares is usually dead. I haven't had an Ares pose a problem before. Yeah, I think those are the problem heroes there. So we're gonna look out, and I'm going to mention when I talk about my first one. We're gonna identify the problem heroes. Then we're gonna identify the heroes that we care less about. So let's say we get close to 50%. We might be willing to go past 50%, even with those heroes still alive, because they pose no threat to us. Okay, and we're also going to identify any totems that may be there. Sometimes you need to scout for totems. And then we're going to identify our plan for our attack and why we attack in the way we are. So I'll meet you guys at the next part. So see you in a second. Okay, so hello everyone. So it's Guild Wars time. Time to get started. So we're going to go straight into everything. So we're going to look at all these bases here, and we're looking for the top might. So we're going with this one here. This is the top might. We're always going to go down. What? What the heck? I need to tell my guild members about this. Okay, so interesting strategy here. Okay, this is a gunslinger base, but we're not going to care. So, oh my gosh, I really want to... Okay, I need to talk about this. That's funny. So, I don't know what this person's doing, but they have their heroes secluded. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna try and cheese it if we can. So, we really need our Ares to proc is what we need. So, hopefully Ares can proc. And then go, 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 guys. Go, 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 go. Damn. So this is not a normal base. Oh, he has a Dread Drake. I need to keep laying down troops. Okay, I didn't realize that. So what we're gonna try and do is get them while they're silenced. We just need Anubis to be silenced. I don't know if he got silenced or not. Is he silenced? Oh, we got him. We got him. We got this. Just Skull Knight needs to live. Skull Knight, live. Cool. So, that's usually how I do those sort of... Well, not... This is like a really rare base. I can't believe that the person had their heroes out like that. See, so now we have Skull Knight. And I'm not worried about... Oh, did I put... Oh, he put him on Blitz. This is why I put Skull Knight on Blitz right here. Okay, because he's going to be able to resist some of these stuns and actually finish off this base by himself. Watch him just finish off this entire base by himself. Oh, I guess there's Ares. So Ares is there and these little troops are there. But you can see the time limit right here. It's already 1 minute and a half, so it's cutting it close. If you don't have a hero that can kill bases like Skull Knight, you might time out. So that's why Skull Knight's so handy. He won't really time out because of his proc there. Just watch him just destroy these buildings. Okay, so that was... Well, I didn't expect a base that easy. You can see I did a different base already on my other account. Well, I need to go to do that base real quick, I guess. Let's look at these other bases here. So we're gonna look at the top other mites. Okay, this one is Gunslinger and Walla Walla. Okay, so... Alright, we'll talk about this base later. Okay? Well, for any of my mentees, people who are getting help from me with Guild Wars, I'm going to have a challenge for you. Do not ever... Whoa, that freaked out. Do not ever hit this arrow button. Okay, that's your challenge. You're not allowed to hit this arrow button. You're only allowed to do everything on the first page. And to be honest, I think you should strive for these top 4 bases in all of them. Like I look at this one's under 200k. I'm not even gonna consider. I consider that a disgrace to myself to go below that. So I'd look at this guy. We'll look at some of these. Some of these I'm going to talk about the strategy even though I'm not going to hit them. What I would probably do. I think we can try and look at all these top mites. Let's see what we can get here. So this one that we just looked at, I think it was that one. Or was it this one? This one I think we can get. So that's already the top 2. What about this one? this one we can get. So that's the top 3. I think we can get this one. Well, I haven't seen it. This is a pretty weak base too. Yes. I think we can get that. So we're looking at... Oh, I'd have to look at it just to make sure what the top ones are. I think this one's the other top one. So I think we're looking at the top 4. Oh, his minnow out. Ah, my heroes are dead. I hope his minnow stays out. I think we can actually get the top 5 on this account. See, and look, I'm using a single evolved Warlock and a single evolved Ares. You really don't need more than that. It's always nice to have them higher, but the only downside is more heroes die. But that's okay. So what I'd like to do is let's talk about some other bases and what the strategy is going to be, what I would do for those bases. So let's just pick a random base and see what I would do. So let's bring up, where's the brush? Okay. So let's look here. What do you think exists there? Well, that has to be totems. So there's a totem, and there's probably a bunch of, what are those things? Hero bombs there. But if you look at this, look at these heroes. Who's the threat here? So let's think about who's the threat. Cupid is not a threat. Little Nick is not a threat, especially since we have these little guardians. Nectessa, I don't really know. She doesn't seem like much of a threat to me. Golem can be a threat. Dreaddrake is not really a threat. Anubis is a threat. So, what would we do here to attack this base? I'm going to exit and re-enter it. So, let me talk about general strategy here. So, obviously, with this huge gaping gap in it, we're going to drop our troops and we don't have to worry about totems. So that's perfect. We don't have to worry about that crap. So, the town hall right here, that gives us a lot of flames when we actually hit it. We don't really like that. We actually want to avoid getting up to 50%. We kind of want to avoid that. So what can we do? Well, there's several ways we can enter this. We want to kill Anubis for sure. We could come in from this side right here. And the benefit about that is we're going to be killing Anubis before we continue on. And we're going to be killing Golem. So that eliminates 2 of the biggest threats. Nectessa might be a threat, so I might be a little bit worried about her, because I've never really seen her in defense really before, actually. So I might want to see how that plays out. So I might actually come in here first and test it out and just see how tough she is. I would kind of prefer that she dies first. So if I look at this, I might consider trying to come in from this side. And that way I can hopefully come in on this angle right here and actually kill all these heroes before I start on these buildings. I don't want to be working on those buildings too much. If you look here, there's more buildings up on this upside than this downside. So coming up from here, I get more percentage towards 50% than I would down here. So I'd probably try from down here first to see if I can pull these guys after I deal with these 3 easy ones. And if I can pull these 3 hard ones from down here, I'd be fine with that. Okay? So you guys see the general idea here is you want to try and figure out if you can kill the heroes first. In a way that minimizes building damage. And of course, this totem crap is pretty funny. Alright, so the first base was kind of lame. I hope I can find... hopefully the other bases aren't that stupid. So I'll come back and I'll look at another base when my heroes come back.